All right, guys, it's time to find out what the first workout of the 3XF 2021 Intramural Open will be. If you're looking at Chalk It Pro um, prior to this video, most likely you're seeing this screen here where it says, I will announce that today. So once I publish this video, you'll see the workout in Chalk It Pro at the chalkboard under the 3XF track. Now you may be asking, what is a 3XF track? So everybody on a team will need to find your own team track. The workout will be displayed there just like it will end up being displayed here. But if you're on a team, you need to put in your score in your track. So when you go to the right upper corner of your screen here, there are on your phone usually 3 dots. If you're on the web page like I am here, you'll see these little signs. If you click on that, you'll see the heading tracks. Now, I've got a whole bunch of tracks in here because I'm always doing a bunch of stuff in here. But as you scroll down, you'll see I see Team Cindy here. And then you have Wine Now, WOD Later, Trouble Unders, which is the appropriately named team now for Team Steve, and Team Mackenzie. So I'm going to go to Team Cindy here. And here is the workout. So if you're on Team Cindy, you've been loaded into that track. You can now go to that little road sign there in the upper right-hand corner and click on that and see the workout for your team. Same for everybody else. You've been loaded into your teams there for your tracks. So when you chalk it, when you record Monday after completing the workout, make sure you're seeing your team name up here when you chalk it. All right, so let's talk about the workout here. First workout is going to have mostly a cardio intention workout here, a 17-minute AMRAP of mostly moving, and it's got running in it. So that is going to really kind of tell you that this is about aerobic capacity, but we are doing some lifting. It's about muscular endurance at a moderate weight and a little bit of gymnastics here. So 17-minute AMRAP with an ascending rep scheme. That is going to add to that muscular endurance field. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That will apply to the hanging knee raises, the ab mat sit-ups, the triceps, or knees to triceps, and the toes to bar, and it will also apply to the deadlifts. So you're going to start out with 2. We'll take Brown, for example, 2 toes to bar, then 2 deadlifts, and then go for a 200-meter run. Come back in, 4 toes to bar, 4 deadlifts, 200-meter run, and then so forth as you make your way through this. If you meet the intention of this workout, you will get at least 6 rounds in here. So you will complete the round of 12 toes to bar and 12 deadlifts and the 200-meter run for that round. If you do not complete the 200-meter run for that round, then you will have not completed 6 rounds of this workout here. So to do a little math for you, that will be 42 toes to bar and 42 deadlifts, plus the 6 rounds of running in that 17 minutes, which is completely doable. So talking about how to do the best in these workouts and what the point of the workouts is for you to push yourself and to challenge yourself and to encourage other people around you to challenge yourself. That is not best done by choosing the heaviest weights or the hardest gymnastic options. That is best done by doing the most amount of work that you can do in that 17 minutes. So that may not mean going the heaviest. That may not mean doing the hardest gymnastic option here. All right, so keep that in mind in choosing what is appropriate for you. You will be rewarded for choosing something that allows you to do a lot of work. That is what measures fitness. All right, so as you go through this, you'll see toes to bar is pretty simple here of finding the standards there. That's the toes touching the bar, both feet touching at the same time. Knees to triceps is exactly as it sounds, knees to triceps, not knees to armpits, not knees close to triceps, knees touching the triceps. It is a little bit easier than the classic knees to elbows, all right? So if you're in a purple position here, you should be able to get 42 of those done in 17 minutes, in addition to all the other work that you would be doing. Hanging heels higher than the glutes. So that is basically hanging leg raises, but we're not telling you how to get there. You don't have to kip. You just somehow have to get your heels higher than the bottom part of your butt. and you can get there, but make sure it's from a free hanging position. That goes kind of for anything that says hanging or the knees to triceps and toes to bar. You got to do that without toes touching the ground in between reps. You got to start from a free hanging position there. But it can be kip, or you can just lift up statically. If you're doing that static, you really have to curl up to get those heels higher than your glutes. At the orange option, we've got the hanging knees higher than glutes. So here is your knees getting higher than the lowest part of your butt there. The feet may still be dangling lower than that. All right. And then we scale down to ab mat sit-ups at these other options here. Deadlifts, making sure we got the right weights on the bar here. Obviously, men are listed first, male weights, and female weights are listed second there. Obviously, touching the ground between every rep and making sure you're standing up with full hip extension, and the shoulders should extend behind the bar as well. So you don't have to arch back, but if you're standing up straight, your shoulders should be behind the bar, so you shouldn't have a slight lean forward with that. All right, every rep there. And then the 200-meter runs, those will be marked out. Obviously, there'll be some discrepancy in where you're placed in the gym about that run, but that's not really what's going to matter. The cardio component of this is going to take care of itself. The muscular endurance that happens at the upper end of this workout here as you get to those larger sets is what's going to slow you down. So you don't have to really get worried wrapped around the axle about those run lengths here. Obviously, we scale down the run a little bit at the white and yellow options. So when it comes to these standards, we are not having judges judge your reps, all right? And we'll see this later on when we got some squats and things like that. We want you to do the very best you can do. However, the coaches that will be coaching these classes, they are not going to be judging either. However, they are going to remind you and encourage you to do the best you can. And if they tell you, hey, I'll count that one, but the next one needs to be better, then you need to listen to them on that. All right. They will be the eyes and ears for me, even though I'm going to coach a lot of classes through this, and giving me notes on how to hand out my discretionary points, my points for strategy form and execution. All right. So make sure you're doing the best you can and listening to the coaches. If they're telling you need to change something, get lower, get higher, get full extension, things like that. But what I really want you to worry about, though, is your best work that you can do and picking the right option you can do here. So most of the points for every team are going to come from people doing that. If you come in and you do the workout that works best for you for 6 rounds and score that in your track, you will get a point for your team. Now, we had plenty of people the last time we did this come in and they wanted to do purple or brown, and they were pretty advanced athletes, but they did not pick an option that allowed them to get the minimum rounds in, and they missed out not only on scoring points for the team, but they might have been expected to get points as top performers as well, did not get those points. So they sacrificed several points for their teams by not picking the right options, and we were talking about high-level athletes here. So make sure you're picking the right option for your team to get a point for your team. And then secondarily, we will start looking at top performer points. So that will go as I'll look at everybody that scored a brown workout here. And then I'll go through, and those people at the brown who meet the minimum standard will start being the first eligible for top performer points, regardless of male or female. I will hand out 10 top performer points across the 5 teams here. So you have to hit the minimum intention, and then I'll start looking at the brown level and then making my way down to the purple and the blue and so forth. And we'll have plenty of people in the orange and blue probably get top performer points through this if you're picking the right options here. Now, let's say that you're looking at this and you want to get a great workout in, but not one single option speaks to you. So you got to do a little bit of mixing and matching. That is perfectly fine. As long as you mix and match to get the appropriate workout that's right for you, you get your 6 rounds in, you will get a point for your team. Just make sure when you log it, you put a note in there that says, hey, I logged at the blue, but I actually mixed and matched something. I added something else to it. So I know that you did not do a true blue workout. That's totally great. We want you to do that, find the right option for you. But I don't want to be able to compare. I want to be able to compare apples to apples when I hand out those top performer points. Same thing if you're doing something at home. So say you find out at the last minute you can't come into Monday's workout, but you want to do something at home. So between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you could do this at home and get a point for your team for participating in this. If you go to the notes here, you'll see the at-home version will be some amount of V-ups or tuck-ups. And if you go to the movements here, you'll see the videos for those. And you'll probably do weighted good mornings at home because you won't have the option of doing deadlifts if you don't have a barbell there. But you might have something at home you can do to do some weighted good mornings. And you'll do about a minute of running if you can't map out that 200 meters. If you do this for 17 minutes with that ascending rep scheme, I'm going to give you a point for your team. Just go ahead and chalk it. List it as whatever level you think is appropriate for you and put the note in there that you did an at-home version. All right. So I've already been talking a lot. I want to wrap this up here. Let me get out of the screen. What have I missed here? So make sure you're logging on your track. Make sure you're putting notes in there if you're mixing and matching or doing an at-home version. Remember, this is about fun. This is about challenging yourself, doing things you didn't think you could do, and about encouraging those around you to push themselves. You will get points for your team for picking the right workout for yourself. I will hand out 10 top performer points across the 5 teams there. And I will also hand out 10 strategy, form, and execution points across the 10 teams as well. So there's a lot of points to be handed out this first week. All right. Hope you guys are going to have a blast with this. I cannot wait until Monday.